Hi everyone, my name is Amrita and today I'm going to talk about personalization in B2B marketing. I'm going to be following this agenda where I'll talk a little bit about myself and the company that I'm working at. Next, I'll talk about the marketing funnel, what it consists of, and how to optimize a marketing funnel. Finally, I'll talk about B2B personalization where I'll present a case and finally finish off by talking about personalizing web content. So a quick introduction about myself. I have been in the B2B and B2C space for about 5 years in demand gen, analytics, and research. I'm very passionate about testing and optimizing the marketing funnel. My background is in marketing analytics, and I'm obsessed with measurement. I lay down the KPIs for business cases and processes at TradeShift. So TradeShift, that's where I'm working. TradeShift is a business commerce platform that enables enterprises and SMBs around solutions such as procurement and spend management. So before I go deep into the B2B personalization space, let me start at the very basic, which is the marketing funnel. What is a marketing funnel? It is ultimately a set of steps or stages that maps out the customer journey. And we as marketers look up to the marketing funnel to define and improve our marketing strategy. So what does a marketing funnel consist of? It consists of marketing campaigns, but the marketing campaigns aren't just randomly distributed in the customer journey. It follows a very defined strategy. It starts at the very top at lead gen, where we are driving awareness campaigns to bring those individuals, making them aware into the funnel. And we are doing it through awareness campaigns such as events, blogs, social media, paid search. Once the individual is aware of us, comes to the website, shows interest to us, for example, by downloading a piece of content, we move them further down into the funnel, into the middle of the funnel, and put them in a program called lead nurturing, where we have very specific content targeted towards emails, newsletters, webinars, etc. And finally, when the user has engaged with us enough through interest, consideration, intent, and finally evaluating us for a potential purchase, that's when sales comes in. And there the campaigns are around potential product demos, product pilots, etc. So this is all great, but ultimately, how do we make sure that we are driving incremental revenue across lead gen, lead nurture, and sales? In other words, how do we optimize the marketing funnel? The answer to that is B2B personalization. Now, B2B personalization is not just putting someone's personalized name on a marketing email. It's more than that. It's how the organization is engaging with the customer and its journey at each and every step based on the behavior and making it personalized. In other words, making them feel more valued. So B2B personalization can be applied to web content, email, and account-based marketing, which can then be impacting lead generation, lead nurturing, and sales. And why is this all cool? Because now the lead can ultimately move down the funnel in a more effective way, thus generating more ROI. So let me give you a little bit of a background on B2B personalization. Personalization is actually all around us. It's a mainstay of B2C companies in order for them to keep customers engaged and drive revenue. A real life example would be Amazon. When I'm in the process of buying a book, Amazon will be throwing in real-time recommendations around frequently bought together books, or customers who bought this item also bought the following. This is an example of how personalization is done in B2C space. I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about how we at TradeShift do B2B personalization. And one of the tactics that we use is IP targeting. So if you go to the internet and go to tradeshift.com, this is an example of a generalized website that you should be seeing. But let's say you're from the shipping industry, and that's a vertical that we target. And being in the shipping industry, when you go on to tradeshift.com within an IP that we are targeting, you will be seeing the website in this format. Now, as a shipping industry individual, if I'm seeing the website, the content, the image, the copy geared to my own specific industry, I have a much higher probability of engaging with you and therefore making this entire experience more personalized. So if B2B personalization is so important, why aren't personalization happening as much in B2B companies? The reason is because there are many roadblocks. First is integrating data across platforms. Second is data completeness. Third is B2B cycles are way more complex and long compared to B2C, and thus data-driven personalization at each and every step gets more complex. But we got to start somewhere. So here at TradeShift, we follow this 5-step process to personalize our web content. We start off by scrutinizing our web content. There's always a cry for more content, but ultimately what it comes down to sometimes is just organizing your case studies by industry, by persona, by sales cycle, and making sure that you're delivering the right piece of content to the right prospect at the right time. The next part is segmentation. Analyzing and measuring go beyond the specific traditional metrics such as clicks and downloads. Rather, see how your individual segments are behaving and performing on your website. Next, identify the low-hanging fruit. What do I mean by low-hanging fruit? It can be something as simple as a CTA or the website message. So some small tweaks in your CTA or website message based on the segment or industry that you're targeting can actually help you get much higher returns from a significant percentage. The next step, and personally this is the most important step in this entire process, that is creating the roadmap and project plan. It is very essential for any organization to create this roadmap to attain long-term success in a phase-by-phase manner that makes sense to you. And ultimately, testing and learning, A/B testing, it's very important that each and every initiative, each and every change that is happening is data-driven. So it's important that any change that is happening, it's being tested based on certain measured goals and reiterated upon, thus creating this entire culture of experimentation in your organization. So wrapping things up, yes, personalizing web content is a start, but ultimately all B2B organizations, all organizations need to combine strategy, data, and technology to derive insights, meaningful insights. Insights about what? Insights about how the customer journey is mapping out, how they're interacting and behaving, and how can personalization be implemented at each and every step of the customer journey through mediums such as email or account-based marketing. And finally, I'm going to conclude here by saying create a testing roadmap, because this is the most important part of this entire process to be actually successful in the short and long-term process. So ultimately, all your research, all the learnings, all the plans and tests needs to be documented and make sure that all the stakeholders are informed. So that's all that I have for today. Thank you very much. And you can reach me out to my email address right over here if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.